A waterway on which relaxation and recreation reign. Today we're headed to the picturesque Kent Narrows, the perfect scene to spend a spectacular summer.
You can go charter boat fishing, head boat fishing, watch the sunrise.
And then indulge in the finest food.
You're going to have a signature dining experience that can't be recreated at any other restaurant on the bay.
The freshest food.
A lot of what we sell here is steamed crabs. That's certainly what we specialize in.
And food served year after year by family.
He had a bunch of grandkids and he wanted them to have a place to work. So we got stuck down here, which was a wonderful thing.
Fantastic food and fabulous finds.
Really, everything in here is something that I love, and then I figure other people will love too.
And then after you play, stay.
We just go the extra mile to make it an enjoyable stay.
You ready, Jimmy?
All aboard for the Delmarva Life Small Town Series, Kent Narrows. Here we go. Welcome to Delmarva Life Small Town Series, Kent Narrows. I'm Jimmy Hoppa.
I'm Lisa Bryant, and where's Katie? Katie, where are you?
Oh, hey guys, I am Katie Zerilli, or should I say ahoy mateys. I was just out cruising on the Narrows.
The what?
The Narrows, that's what the locals call it, and I feel kind of like a local today, so I'm just going to enjoy this. How's that sound?
I think you need to come over here and help us with the show.
No, you guys, you've done this for years. You can do it without me. I got to enjoy my my time on the water here. Have fun!
Oh, okay.
I think we missed the boat here. Sorry.
Oh, Jimmy.
Just
Jimmy.
saying. Now, it's funny that you mentioned that Kent Narrows really isn't a town. I learned Kent Narrows is not really a city, as a matter of fact. It's actually a body of water. The Kent Narrows is the strait that separates Kent Island from the mainland of Queen Anne's County and the eastern shore. In colonial times, it was known as the wading place.
Yeah, back then the waterway was quite shallow with marshland on either side. A ferry once carried passengers across. Now in 1826, a raised road was built and it closed the Narrows to boat traffic. In 1876, the causeway was removed and a new, deeper channel was dredged. A series of bridges have connected the island to the mainland, including several railroad bridges and drawbridges. Today, two bridges, the lower drawbridge and the higher Route 50 301 bridge, cross the Narrows.
Yeah, and since then, the Narrows is a great way for boaters to access, she's coming back around again, boaters to access so many different waterways. It's a great place for boaters to deliver their daily haul. As a matter of fact, it was once the heart of the seafood industry with 12 packing houses in operation along the waters. In the second half of the 20th century, hundreds of boats arrived daily to deliver their catch to the seafood houses. Today, only 2 packing houses remain, but there is absolutely no shortage of seafood.
Absolutely not. And you know, Kent Narrows honors the men and women who have given their lives to make sure that that seafood gets back to the Narrows. The historic Watermen's Memorial Drawbridge was named to honor all watermen of Maryland. On the eastern end of the bridge is where you'll find a monument dedicated to those who lost their lives while working on the water. The Maryland Watermen's Monument was dedicated in 2003. Former Waterman and County Commissioner George O'Donnell came up with the idea for a monument to honor watermen of the Chesapeake Bay in the mid-90s. The 7,000-pound bronze statue also holds the names of watermen who lost their lives on the water.
Yeah, now if you've ever taken Route 50 through Kent Narrows, you have, I'm sure, noticed the hundreds, if not absolutely thousands of boats that are here. And depending on the season, you can get on the water and try your hand at sport fishing, rockfish, white perch, sea trout, bluefish charter, head boat fishing trips departing from the Narrows on a regular basis from April all the way through December. Experienced captains know where the fish are, and you are not going to go home empty-handed.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a more relaxed experience on the water, you can cruise the Chesapeake aboard one of the many charter boat cruises. The Chesapeake Bay is considered one of the finest cruising areas in the world. If you want a more hands-on experience, you can charter a power catamaran or motor yacht and set sail on the adventure of a lifetime. Doesn't that sound like fun?
Loving this, loving this. Now, On the west side of the Narrows, you're going to find the Waterfront Heritage and Visitors Center. Here, visitors can pick up maps of the area showing marinas, restaurants, hotels, trails, and other attractions in the Waterfront Village area.
But the center is not just a place to gather information. Visitors can climb the observation towers to see the magnificent view of the Kent Narrows, the Chester River, and the Eastern Bay. It is also home to a permanent collection of objects and art that reflects the region's unique culture and heritage.
Yeah, now right next to the Visitor Center, you're going to find the Ferry Point Park. It features a 530-foot boardwalk leading to a sandy beach cove. You can take a nature scavenger hunt or simply enjoy the view, but don't forget to bring your binoculars because the waterfowl and wildlife views are absolutely spectacular.
And you know what? That's not the only trail you'll find here at Kent Narrows. Cross Island Trail is a 6-mile rail corridor that spans from east to west. The trail wanders through farmlands, meadows, and woods accented with ornamental trees. Flanked by park benches, the trail crosses several creeks and wooden bridges.
And you know, I heard Jody say a little while ago that there's a lot of people in Kent Island that don't know about it.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a local secret.
Yeah.
And we know it.
Well, now they know and we know too. And that's just a brief intro into Kent Narrows. In today's Small Town series, we're digging into the nitty-gritty. We're going to start by setting sail. And you can too, thanks to the Kent Narrows Development Foundation. Up next, hear how this group gives its all to revitalize this nearly 1,000-acre waterfront. And you can take in the beauty by boat. We'll explain.
And Lisa, you can do it in style too. This coastal-inspired boutique has you covered from head to toe. It even has Home Sweet Home covered. We'll take you to Your Roidia, the O, to show you. You know we said Home Sweet Home? You gotta check in the Holiday Inn Express. It's like home away from home. Trust me, we'll check you in to check it out.
And you'll want to come to Kent Narrows hungry because this town has mastered magnificent meals. Our first stop is Bridges. While the food is satisfying and the scene is spectacular. And they're saving a seat for you. Kent Narrows and crabs, they just go together. Know what else goes together? A family feel in Harris Crab House. 5 generations of anything and everything seafood. You'll see why this is a must visit on Kent Narrows.
You can also enjoy a crab feast at Fisherman's Inn and Crab Deck or sit down for a fancy meal. You're going to love this longtime local landmark for its eats and experience.
But Jimmy.
What?
What are we going to do with the remote?
They're looking for this, aren't they? Don't they know they're not going to need it for the next hour? And neither are you, because Delmarva Life's Small Town series, Kent Narrows, is setting sail. And we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Tidal Health. Better together, less duplication, more collaboration. The law offices of Tunnel and Razor, Spicer Brothers Construction, Gateway Subaru, and A&A Companies. The following segments in today's Small Town series are brought to you by the Queen Anne's County Economic and Tourism Development Office.
Just about anywhere you need to be in Kent Narrows, you can get to by boat. And I would say there's probably just as many boats as cars here, maybe even more. And that's a good thing because the water and the boats you find on it are what keep the economy here afloat. They say a rising tide lifts all boats, and the Kent Narrows Boatel is proof of how important the tide is to this area.
The restaurants, the waterfront dining, the fishing, the water sports, you know, just being able to access the water. Probably about 600 foot of new boardwalk.
Jody Schultz and his business partner built the Boatel because of Kent Narrows' central location to just about anywhere in the region via the water.
You keep your boat here and go somewhere different every day for probably 2 years and still not see everything.
Nearly 200 boats are stored in this high and dry facility. Customers can request access via an app.
And that app allows you to schedule your boat launch. So when your boat's scheduled to be in the water, it's in the water. There's no standing around waiting.
Once out on the water, you see everything Kent Narrows has to offer.
It's boats, it's bridges, it's outstanding, the freshest seafood you'd ever want to have. And it's just shore living, beautiful waterfront living, dining, and visiting experiences.
something that may come as a surprise to many who pass through Kent Narrows but may have never actually stopped for a visit.
Working within the visitor center, it's always interesting to see people coming from out of state or even in-state and not realizing all the beautiful things that we have here to see and to do. And they're always pleasantly surprised.
Kent Narrows has evolved over the years as a result of the seafood that's brought to the docks here.
All the seafood comes into our dock, which is located behind us here. Boats come in daily.
Jason Ruth owns Harris Seafood, where daily hauls are processed and distributed throughout the world.
This time of the year in the spring and summer, we have the crab fishery starting up. We have the clamming industry, where they're harvesting soft-shell clams and/or razor clams, which are used for bait for the crabbing industry. We have a few gentlemen that are still catching eels, the American eel around here right now, which is used for many different overseas shipments and for baits. We still have the oyster industry going on. In the summertime, we have an aquaculture fishery that's built here in Maryland. It's kind of ramped up in the last 10 years, and this is a predominant area for that as well.
Harris Seafood is also doing what it can to make sure the future of the local seafood industry remains strong.
Back in 2009, there was a huge initiative to kind of restore the bay. And one of the easiest ways to do that is put oysters back into the bay. Oysters filter the water's cleaner, grasses grow, and all these fish species and crabs actually live in the grass and kind of blossom as that goes forward.
Harris Seafood raises 70 million oysters a year. Shells from those oysters are cleaned and made available for oyster larvae in tanks.
The larvae swims around for 2 to 3 days, up to a week. As it attaches and grows and forms its own shell, we then plant it on our leases out here in the bay. 3 years later, voila, if everything goes right, we have our own oysters again.
Oysters that can be enjoyed around the world or at one of the 9 dock and dine restaurants located along the water.
They have transient boat slips, so you can call ahead, or you can just cruise right in.
But nighttime is not the only time to enjoy Kent Narrows. A fun day can start as the day starts.
One of the most exciting things to do here is to get up early in the morning, watch the sunrise, get up with the fishermen, get up with the watermen, and if you like, you can go charter boat fishing, head boat fishing, watch the sunrise, spend all day out on the Chesapeake Bay or in one of the nearby rivers, Chester River, Eastern Bay here, and come home probably with some fish.
The future's looking bright for Kent Narrows, and Jody says he's ready for what's to come as the boatel is expanding.
And we decided to pull the trigger on phase 2, which will hold another 170 boats. So we'll have a total of probably 370 boats that we can keep here, and we'll have 12,000 square foot of commercial space on the ground level on our new phase. We'll have a waterfront restaurant also in a separate building right on the Kent Narrows waterfront restaurant dock bar. That'll probably be the premier spot to come to in Kent Narrows, right on the water.
So whether you get here by car or by boat, the fun adventures in the sun will always await your arrival. And although this area has a rich history, it has so far to go. There's so many new and exciting things coming to Kent Narrows. So I guess all we can say is stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. And speaking of staying tuned, you're going to want to keep it right here on Delmarva Life Small Town Series Kent Narrows, because we're getting ready to eat. Stay with us.
Here's a question. How do you think you pronounce that word? It's hard, right? Here it is. Your Roidia. Now it turns out what's inside this store is basically as unique as its name. Let's check it out.
Really, everything in here is something that I love, and then I figure other people will love too.
Kim Hannon has the eye of an artist and the energy of an entrepreneur. Your Roidia is a store she opened first in St. Michael's, and then she expanded to this space in Kent Narrows 2 years ago. She wanted a spot for local artists to market their merch. She's one too, you know.
I paint, and when I have time, I do other stuff too, mixed media, and really, I just love that process whenever I can find the time.
Speaking of having the time, you're gonna need a little bit in order to see all the treasures in this trove.
I tell people they need to do a couple laps. You gotta go a couple laps, you know, take your time. I love it when people come in here, they will like stay an hour and like literally just take their time and look around.
If you don't see everything the first time, that's okay. You also might not nail pronouncing the name correctly immediately either.
I've had probably 2 people that I know of that have been able to do it. I was really impressed.
A store with such one-of-a-kind finds needed a unique name. It just fits.
Wanted to try to come up with something different that nobody else was going to have probably in the whole world. And off your Roidia is a classification for a type of sea star. We always say off your rocker, off your Roidia, and most people just call us the O. It's a lot easier for everybody.
It's the perfect place to purchase a gift for family, friends, or feel free to get one for you.
A lot of times that happens. They'll come in for something, you know, for somebody else, and then they'll end up getting something for themselves. So it's all good, yeah.
Now's the time to buy that beach dress, guaranteed to impress.
And we have some amazing clotheslines. One that's local at Southwind. The dress that I'm wearing actually is from them. They're from Kent Island. And we have a couple other new lines too that are really good for the summertime. So we're really looking forward to the warm weather to finally be here and stay for a little while.
Of course, not everything in here is made in the area, but much of it is. And when you buy those pieces, it means so much to the makers.
Yeah, they're real excited. And especially after this past year, a lot of local artists have not been able to do any shows. So it's really been their only way, you know, to have their stuff out there for the public to enjoy and to purchase. So it's been good.
Kim loves seeing what's in the store become part of someone's home.
Especially if it's like a one-of-a-kind piece of art. I tell them to email me a picture in their home. Sometimes they do, sometimes they forget, but you know, I just love it when they send it.
Kim's also responsible for starting the Eastern Shore Sea Glass and Coastal Arts Festival, which has grown big time over the years. Typically, it's in April, but this year it's happening in November. I asked her where she got her passion that's so prevalent.
Well, my grandmother was an artist, and I don't know if it's in my blood or what.
Plus, look at the sea glass. It's easy to adore.
People love sea glass. Once they get hooked, it's just like they want to just keep going out. And really, after last year, and it was a great way for people to get outside and to relax and hit the beach.
And like the waves don't stop crashing against the shore, Kim never stops bringing in new goods for folks to grab.
We're always getting stuff in. We just got a package in right before you got here.
I feel like I'll need a few more hours to see everything in that store. And Kim says she also has merchandise available online. You can find that link on DelmarvaLife.com. Delmarva Life's Small Town Series, Kent Narrows, will be right back.
Well, whether you're traveling through Kent Narrows on your way to a different destination or you want to just stop and enjoy the scenery, here's the spot to lay your head. Holiday Inn Express is the perfect combination of both comfort and convenience.
Yeah, it's an ideal location. The hotel's full of amenities and a smiling staff just waiting to serve. Here's Katie Zerilli.
Kent Narrows, the meeting place of Eastern and Western Maryland. The Holiday Inn Express, the meeting place of elegance and ease.
We're really into making things as smooth as possible for people, giving them a sense of security when they come here, that they know the reservation, when they show up, the reservation's going to be right, they're going to get in and have what they reserved and have a good time with us.
Eric Hoffman is the director of operations. His stay started 15 years ago.
Well, this hotel's family owned and operated, so it ended up being a pretty comfortable destination for me. A lot more pressure, but we seem to do well.
The Waterfront Wonder was built in 1998, but on the inside, you'd never know it because they've done some remarkable renovations.
A lot of people walk in and they're surprised that it was built in '98, and they think it's only a few years old. We renovated the guest rooms, the bathrooms, our common areas, our meeting room, pretty much everything in the hotel.
Okay, I don't know about you, but my favorite part of staying at a hotel is when you get to open the door and see the room for the first time. Let's check it out. Let's go. Ready? Here we go. Check this one out.
This room is one of 75. Whether yours is on the first floor or the top, the hotel's amenities are for everyone to enjoy, starting with the all-time favorite, free breakfast.
The Holiday Inn Express wants to be the best in the free breakfast world. So pancakes, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, it surprises some people. So it's not your normal bread and a an orange or something and out the door. So people enjoy it.
But wait, there's more.
We've got an outdoor pool that people love during the summer, right here on the water. Our conference room is pretty popular. Local businesses use us. We've got our pier and pergola here that gives people a great view of the mouth of the Chester River and the Chesapeake Bay behind us.
And with that comes wildlife.
Yeah, we've got deer on the property. We've got fox on the property. People have seen a river otter out here, sturgeon. So yeah, it's a good birding area as well.
At one time, a European tufted duck showed up for a stay, which drew hundreds of bird watchers here. Nature lovers or outdoor enthusiasts can also hop right on the bike path. And those seeking the nightlife, well, that's nearby too.
Hop around to the restaurants, maybe even a couple bars, have some fun, and walk back, which makes it even better.
We have it on good authority, though, that you'll feel so warm and welcome here, you might not want to leave.
It's kind of like we're a little family, so we work all very well together, which is a good thing, and it makes coming to work, easy and fun.
So trust that these sweet smiles are genuine, and their hearts are happy to help.
We just go the extra mile to make it an enjoyable stay.
Your room is ready. You've just got to get the key.
To check out the rates at Holiday Inn Express, just go to delmarvalife.com. Lisa? Lisa?
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That was great. I feel great. On with the show after the break.
It is no secret that Kent Narrows has some of the most spectacular views of this waterway. But you know what? You want to find some of the best. Bridges Restaurant, not to mention the fact that they have got plates packed with flavors.
Oh yeah, and whether you want to eat indoors or outdoors, you are not going to forget your experience here. Delmarva Life's Katie Zerilli gives us a taste of what you can expect.
At Bridges Restaurant, there isn't a bad seat in or out of the house.
Anytime the weather is beautiful, sitting outside on the bay, you feel like you're transported somewhere else.
The dining destination opened more than 10 years ago, named appropriately after its surroundings.
You have the Kent Narrows bridges, which are the ones that are closest to us, and then you have the Bay Bridge. So here on the Kent Narrows, we have two spans of bridges.
Idyllic location, check. A name that's clever, not complicated, check. Last piece of the puzzle, an unparalleled menu, check. Trifecta.
I'd like to say that we're a scratch kitchen. So all of our recipes are our own. So when you come to Bridges, you're not going to get something that you would be able to get anywhere else. You're going to have a signature dining experience that can't be recreated at any other restaurant on the bay.
Brad Cleaver is the creator, if you will. He took over as executive chef just a few months ago and was already quite pleased with the plates they were putting out.
For the most part, everything was pretty wonderful when I started, so it was an easy transition for me.
Brad came to Bridges from Baltimore, bringing with him 10 years of chef experience. He didn't change much about the menu, just made a few tweaks with an extra focus on flavor.
People eat with their eyes first, but I mean, ultimately it's the flavor that brings people back. I think it should taste well and be seasoned well and have more than just one flavor to it. You want to have 4 to 5 different taste bud groups going off at the same time.
We're very excited to welcome Brad aboard as our executive chef. He is cut from the Bridges fabric. He fit in immediately, and we are excited to see what he can bring to the table and how much more he can elevate our guest dining experience.
All right, it's time now to get a real taste of Bridges Restaurant, and I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is the second time we're doing this here, and I'm not mad about it. Okay, so this is the crab dip, and they've got ciabatta bread. It's nice and crunchy, and I can't wait for my second go around here. It's probably better than the first time, because here's the deal. This crab dip is so warm It's warming my heart, and my body, my soul, my mind. So delicious, so flavorful. This is the Thai shrimp bowl, and when this thing came out, it smelled so good. I was almost like brought to tears. It smelled so good. And tasting it, oh, here we go. A little shrimp, a little quinoa, a little rice. It's so colorful too. I love that. There's so many flavors going on all at once. A little spice, but a little sweetness. That is so delicious.
Of course, taste is temporary, but the love packed into each plate, that can be felt forever.
I was raised by my great-grandmother who loved through food. You never went into her home and left without a full belly. No matter what time of day it was, she always made sure that she showed you how much she cared for you by making sure you had a good meal.
It's also easy to see that Bridges' heart beats through hospitality.
There are a couple sayings that I like to live by. One is, service is given, hospitality is felt. We want you to feel as though you are seen, heard, and cared for when you're dining at the restaurant. The other philosophy, or saying rather, that really has stuck with me is, yes is the answer, now what's your question?
As you'd expect, the pandemic presented quite a few questions, but they found answers that led to positive changes. And the changes are going to keep on coming.
I'm going to add to the menu. I was trying to get through the busy summer months and then really do a deep dive into what we can actually do here and accomplish on the line.
Whether you arrive by boat or car, enjoy a happy hour, or stay for a sunset, the crew here wants you to leave content and ready to come back.
I want them to feel satisfied, and I want them to feel like there's some value in this building and coming here and eating and having our experience with the water and the people and the service staff and especially the food.
Filling both stomachs and souls.
And speaking of Bridges, we want to thank them for this delicious lemonade. You didn't like yours, did you?
Not much at all, nope.
It's gone. Delmarva Lake, we'll be right back. This beautiful waterway is called the Strait of the Kent Island Narrows. For many people who live around here, it's just their main street. That's because there's so much to do along the water, including getting a delicious seafood dinner. One of those dinners can be found right here at Harris Crab House. This company has been around for nearly 75 years. I sat down with the company's president to learn more about this rich history.
And I can't think of a better way to learn about the beginnings of a crab house than to sit down and talk over a stack of fresh, steamed blue crabs. Harris Crab House President Bill Harris says the company was started by his grandfather.
My grandfather got out of the Army in 1947. He was a waterman before he went in the Army and after he went in the Army. And so when he came home, he started crabbing, waterman activities through that time. And then in the afternoons, they started a business. So my grandmother and my grandfather started a oyster packing business. So we would buy product from other oystermen or crabbers and sell it to local areas. My grandparents would start in Baltimore, and then they went all over the East Coast. We went everywhere, pretty much in Maryland, and eventually, as time went on, they kept building on. The business got bigger. In the 60s and 70s, they started selling products all over the U.S., all in Canada. We would sell oysters shucked and in the shell to all area for different seafood.
In the late 70s, Bill's grandfather retired. His two children took over, but not before starting the restaurant.
He wanted to start selling to customers, and we did sell customers, but he wanted to start a restaurant. Sure. The other part of selling a restaurant was he had a bunch of grandkids, and he wanted them to have a place to work. So we got stuck down here, which was a wonderful thing. But restaurant world is an interesting place. He wanted to keep an eye on us, and so we all been working through here. So I have two sisters and then two cousins on the other side of the family. That works out. Bring them right in.
Ah, crab cake sandwiches.
Thank you very much.
Is this a popular one?
Yeah, we do pretty well with that. You know, we're known for our home style Eastern Shore crab cake. A lot of people glam it up a little bit more, and we're straightforward. We've been doing the same thing for 40 years.
Back to the history, Bill says the restaurant started small.
So in 1981, we started with a little shack across the dock on our property that it used to be, we would slough out soft crabs in that area. That's a difficult business to be in. We changed it over. We wanted to use that area for things. So we started selling crabs and shrimp for customers. We'd get people coming out of Annapolis or Baltimore to get local stuff. And it worked out pretty well. So that was 1981. It was a small little thing. Where we're sitting now used to be another oyster house, and we destroyed that, and we had the property, and we started this in 1991 where we're sitting now. And so this seats about 400 people. We're open 12 months out of the year, 7 days a week, and we try to give the best local products that we possibly can.
Most of that product comes right to the dock and into the kitchen.
My wife and I went to a restaurant this summer that specialized in farm to table. And we were like, what is this? This is what we do every day. You know, we right off the dock, right off the boat onto the dock, and we serve it the next day.
The latest addition to the Harris Companies is this dessert bar. It's called Dessert First Coffee Shop.
The name of it came from my grandfather as well. His famous saying was, always eat dessert first, you'll always have room. So that's the name of the dessert bar. It's called Dessert First Dockside Coffee Bar, and we enjoy every bit of it. It's fun. Like I said, it's a nice complement to the restaurant that we have, Harris Crab House, and it's been 2 years now, and with COVID it was a tough time for us, but we're kind of hopefully getting through that. We're getting a little bit of stride going, so it's nice.
And I have to say, I am full from that crab cake. Oh my goodness, it was so delicious, but I left room for dessert. And you heard Bill talk about the dessert bar here. It's called Dessert First, and whether you eat dessert first or you eat it last, it doesn't matter. It's all good. So Nina's gonna help me out here. You know what, Nina? I think I wanna go for these cupcakes here with the little crabs on them and check those out before, oh my goodness, that looks so good. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A whole new meaning to crab cakes, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. That's wow, and thanks for the sample I'm sure you're going to bring me. Anyway, listen, we're not done with the crabs. There's plenty of crabs. As a matter of fact, we're going to go visit the Fisherman's Inn and Crab Deck, and you're going to find out more about how good it is. Stick around. Delmarva Life. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the next stop on this Kent Narrows tour. You are going to love it. Fisherman's Inn and Crab Deck is nothing short of an Eastern Shore landmark. It's been around a long time, and the jury's out on what's better, the eats or the experience. Crack crabs on the water, or fill up on flavors with a fancier feel. To visit Fisherman's Inn or to visit Fisherman's Crab Deck? Well, that depends on the desired vibe.
It's more of upscale, casual dining at Fisherman's Inn, and the Crab Deck is more, you could let your hair out, bring your kids, and slop them up a little bit.
The property stretches across so much of Kent Narrows, it could have its own zip code. But the family-owned operation had a humble beginning 90 years ago. Andy and Jody Schultz's grandfather opened Fisherman's Inn in 1930.
A little teeny roadside shack with overnight accommodations, 3 or 4 bedrooms.
Fisherman's Inn has grown to become a restaurant that seats 300 people. And the Crab Deck, which they added 30 years ago, turns eating into an entertaining experience.
It's not uncommon for people to sit an hour, hour and a half, really eating crabs, because it's more as an event type of thing.
On a busy summer day, they'll host between 12 and 1,300 people. Some professional pickers, others not so much.
You can tell the degree of somebody's experience with eating crabs. A good person eating crabs doesn't use a mallet. So when you see somebody banging on a crab and trying to get a crab open with a mallet, you know, you're kind of in the danger zone. Then you want to at least get elbow distance away from that person. No.
Jody, how you doing?
You're getting
All
ready
right.
to. You're getting ready to. Might have you arrested. So.
Oh no, that would not be good.
You truly get rid of the mallets when
Okay,
when
no
you're
mallets.
eating crab.
Yep.
So you have a crab knife.
Okay.
Mandatory.
This guy, who at one time played professional football as a linebacker, is the perfect crab feasting coach.
And I'll take that corn and I'll take this crab shell.
Sure.
Which has all this special seasoning on it. I'll take this crab shell with all this seasoning on it and I'll just kind of rub it on there.
Oh yeah.
And get
And
all
just
that
fire it up.
seasoning on it. Yeah. This is a messy eat. So you just take your finger and you just kind of work it all in there, and you might take a little bit more and get it in there, and and then that's
Go for it. How is it?
Good. You almost need to take a shower when you're done, but it's really nothing better than that.
And because of the crab deck's setting, sometimes the spot as a whole needs a shower too.
Ducks are here, and unfortunately, they're right in the restaurant and almost taking the food off your plate. So some people think that's a neat thing that happens. Those of us that has to clean up the mess behind the ducks don't think it's as neat.
What is neat, no matter who you are, is the family heritage that's here.
It just feels like there's a sense of duty to keep that going in the family. I mean, my grandfather started it, my mom and my dad really put the business on the map, I would say. And it's our responsibility to maintain, at worst maintain it, and then try to move forward.
The years haven't been without struggles. The original inn was actually destroyed by fire in the early 80s and rebuilt in months.
For me, it was all hands on deck. And once we opened in July of that year, it was so much to do and catch up. I guess I got to think in my mind, I never really left.
Running the place is a lot of work, but there are some great perks.
I don't know, I am probably a greatest taster tester you'd ever want to meet, I think. I mean, I like to be taste.
If you're dining in the inn, though, there's more to it than the tastes.
It's almost like a little mini museum. We have an oyster plate collection that's, plates, some of them are hundreds of years old, well, 100 years old. And so oyster cans, artwork, pictures, it is kind of a little museum.
Check out the Choo Choo. Whether you're here for the fun, the food, or the family behind Fishermans.
Well, you work on getting all these and I'll just keep eating. We'll have like a little assembly line.
I've done it before.
You'll leave with meals and memories impossible to forget.
I'll tell you what, I absolutely loved spending time with Jody and Andy. They are such fun guys. They even gave me a signed copy of their Fisherman's Inn cookbook, so that's going to be put to use. And hey, if you want your own, you can find a link for that on delmarvalife.com. We'll be right back.
So we tried to get Katie ashore with us. That didn't work, so we wound up coming back on the boat with you.
I think it works, right?
You know, I could get used to this life, couldn't you?
Yeah? You like this?
Oh, yeah, I'm
right?
already used to it.
Okay, well,
What about you?
I got to tell you, Captain Jody took you around and showed you some wonderful things. I think I need a little more time on the water to really make a good decision, so.
You know.
I'll hook you right up with that.
Can
Hey,
you
Captain
take
Jody, give me some gas.
All
right, guys, we're gonna get out on the water. We're gonna leave you with WBOC News at 6. So long. Hang on. Woo!